some honourable mentions to a few players in the club that are sort of behind the scenes, but add a lot of value. First off, Francois van Viernen. I hope I've got your surname right. If not, Francois van Viernen. I am not Afrikaans, so my Afrikaans is terrible, and I apologize. But hats off to the man. We wouldn't be on a field ever if it wasn't for him organising. And speaking from personal experience, organising games can be a lot tougher than people realise. There's lots of back and forth. I think he's doing a stellar job, so hats off to you, man, and keep doing what you're doing. Second of all, a couple of people now, Rayon Adams and Marcelina Gaffey. These two gentlemen are almost at every single game, and they're the ones which are adding to stumps. Thank you for using stumps. They're the ones that are scoring. If there's ever anything that needs to be done, those two are there almost at every single game, be it I think last season Rayon went to get sawdust randomly to help the boys out because they needed sawdust or something like that, and he put his hand up. So a massive shout out to those two gentlemen as well. Your efforts don't go unnoticed, is what we're saying. So big up to you two as well. And then the last of all, the Davids brothers. And that's Jesse and Jamie, for people who don't know. They're always at the club, umpiring, taking footage, taking media. Big shout out to you two as well. Your efforts aren't going unnoticed, I promise. And the entire club is very appreciative of everything that these people do. Not just them, obviously there's other people as well, but I thought I'd just, give a little shout out to some of the guys that put a lot of effort in behind the scenes.
Welcome everyone to our 12th episode of Seeing Off the New Ball, a Bergvliet Cricket Club original. It's a bit of a sad day today as we report on the first loss of 2023 as the Titans went down over the weekend. It's been a sad day. We've been reflecting on it. Outside of the Titans, it was another good weekend for the ones, twos, and our Thirsties as they all recorded good wins. My name is Greg, your host, and I'm joined by one of my regulars, Kenny. How are you doing there, Kenny?
Good. Can't complain.
Good. And we are missing Calvin. If anybody has seen him, just let us know. Last seen since Imagine Dragons. But we are joined today by club heavyweights, Elaine Peterson, and returning guests, Maddie A. and Justin. How are you gents all doing today?
Good in yourself.
Than's for having.
Good to be back. Elaine's first time on the pod, and we've got the conquering partnership from the Thirsties joining us again. So today's going to be a big episode, and we're going to get straight to it. Thirsties, they got back in action this past weekend, an away trip to Northern's Goodwood in their 3A clash. And as I mentioned, we've got the conquering partnership. How did the game go for you guys?
Maddie, you want to take it away, or do you want me to start?
You can already see who the aggressor in this partnership is, hey?
I was going to say, yes.
I must say, Maddie, he wasn't messing around. He obviously had some cold beers in his cooler box. And, I was just trying to take the shine off the new ball as usual. And, Maddie came in and he decided, no, enough's enough. Let's head to the bar.
In your defense, you did score it. You got your 50 of about 60-odd balls. So it wasn't like you were, really taking your time.
It was surprising watching Justin actually hitting the ball over the top of the inner ring. Generally, he just blocks out the 50 balls and then he hits his double figures. This weekend, he was going over the top, being a bit naughty and cracking on some runs.
I think it was a sort of, watching some ESPN highlights of your batting over the years and just sort of, getting a few tips and just bringing it to my arsenal a little bit, I think.
What did you speak about between each over? What did you guys chat about? Because Maddie and I, when we used to bat together, our conversations were more about nothing, to be completely honest. Sort of discussing the weather and stuff. Did you guys actually discuss tactics when you were in the middle, or was it just sort of a how's it going kind of thing?
See the good balls out, play the bad balls, same old. Like every over, just like, okay, cool, do the same thing.
So way more technical than when we used to bat, Maddie, that's for sure.
We actually spoke about cricket this time and not about the cars passing us by.
Yeah, I was actually surprised because it's kind of one of the first few conversations I've had with Maddie in the middle. He hasn't played with us that often. And when he came up in his Hawaiian shirt, I thought we were just going to talk about shoot the breeze and talk about life in general. But he's quite focused on the game. I'm actually impressed. I thought he'd light up, have a cold castle in his left hand, and kind of just shoot the breeze.
That's awesome.
I made some notes here, Justin, looking at your innings. I wrote down pragmatic, innings of 50 off of 64, striking at 78.1. What can we say about your innings, Matt? Striking at 163. Did you have some plans to get to? Was your girlfriend just waiting for you, saying we've
We had these plans for months, Matthew.
and now you're out playing cricket with your mates again?
She was actually in Durban this weekend. I only needed to go fetch her at the airport later that night. So there were no plans post-cricket besides from that. That was the first time I've played at Northern's Goodwood in a couple of years since Last Man Stands.
It looks a good field.
Very good pitch, good outfield. Felt good being back there and trusting the pitch nicely.
Well, Matty did say on arrival, he said that deck, they've got a little like outside balcony from the bar. Pretty cool venue for post-match. So I think he was already figuring out what time he could get there, to be honest.
I think he must have been. Touching on what Kenny was mentioning a bit earlier, were you guys aware after Matty went to his half century, were you guys aware what you were on? And was he just working the singles?
I had no clue. Matty likes to farm the strike. So I was just trying to basically get the bat out of his hand, yeah.
Okay, got you. 36 balls for his 59. Was it 36 balls? Jeepers. Just crazy scenes, and I'm sure both of you guys enjoyed the time in the middle. A mention goes out to Floyd. You touched on just taking a bit of shine off the new ball. Floyd managed to a 44 ball 25, which was a good showing.
We've nicknamed him the 20s Club now because he gets into the 20s and then gives it away. I don't know what the story is. So many good shots. It's like Aravinda De Silva, quality, and he just kind of throws it away. He'll caress something down on one knee and admire it. The next ball he'll hit a lollipop to silly but off, and we're like, what's that all about?
I'd like to still be in the 20s club as we get a bit older. That's probably where he's coming from. For the bowling unit, pod favourite Marcy with another 2. I mean, who are your pick of the bowlers for that Sunday clash?
Marcy, obviously I faced him a couple of times in the nets, and that looping in-swinging ball, keeping up to him, very first ball, starting about 7 stump and coming down leg. It is no joke. Ray and Warren Lawrence, Sean, they got a couple of sticks each. Josh Morris with the first for the club.
I saw that.
And then you got one, apparently a very big stick because it was the youngster was in the Proteas Deaf Squad World Cup recently. So we had his pops on the sideline close to us, and he was just talking his son up the whole time. To get that stick, it was a proper quality bat, and it was a big wicket.
Vibes in the Thirsties? Is it in line with the WhatsApp group? I mean, it's just on fire all day, every day, or was it a bit quiet out in the field?
No, I thought it was buzzing as usual. We arrived there. I got the troops pretty fired up. Amazing Thirsties record as well that we've played. I think now probably 12 now, 1-9. We played 12, yeah. Greg? 1-9. And Greg, you got to jot this down. We've had 3 home games out of those 12 fixtures. So effectively, Northern's Goodwood was a home game for us. It was on the fixture list. So I had to tell the troops that Northern's Goodwood now is our other field. The guys from Ball 1 were right on it and talkative and fierce. And because it's such a almost invitational barbarian side with a 2 frame from up and down, everyone must just climb on board and do it. And it's not about your ego, whether you get nothing or no wickets. You've just got to climb on the bus and be happy about it. And I think that's why we are successful, because egos, just get on with it.
Amen. 100%. Well said. I think Peter will add a bit of Friday Night Lights music in the background and get us all pumped.
How about new?
You've been jumping the teams, Matt, all over the place, from 1s to 3s to 2s. I think the only team you haven't played for is Titans yet.
Yeah.
Which team has the best energy?
Oh, very good question.
Oh, damn. The 2s have a good vibe there. Obviously, the rest of the club doesn't really see that because it's radio silence on the groups. Each team has a different vibe, or just take the piss of each other and have a laugh and play cricket to win.
Cool. In other news, Matty Armstrong is applying for position at Eskom as the head president, because that was the most amazingly diplomatic answer, and I'm nothing but impressed.
Justin, if you need to jump off, top showing.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys. Always a good chat
good
in the morning. And absolute
Cheers,
pleasure. Thanks for having me. Cheers, guys.
See you.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
So we move on to the Titans, and as mentioned a little bit earlier, a sad day for the club as the first loss of 2023 was recorded. Going down to Varsity College at the home of cricket, Franksfirth. We've got club heavyweight Elaine joining us, the captain of the Titans, Judge Dredd himself. He'll explain where that came from. Elaine, good to have you on. How are you doing?
Thanks for having me. Hi, guys.
So hard lines over the weekend. Your own performances, 3 for 29 after your 7, a good 30 odds. What went down? How did the game go?
Well, we won the toss and we decided to bowl.
Okay.
And we bowled on a very abrasive wicket. Had no swing. Our spinners just put it there. They scored a mighty 189. We just couldn't get over the line. Myself and Jerome opened. We lost our wickets. I mean, the first 15 overs, we were out. And then there was a few 5s and 10s. And eventually, Tim came to bat, scored a 34 odd, I think. He had nobody to support him, and we lost the match. I think we scored about 160 all out.
I mean, that's pretty close, really.
I had a Jofra Archer-looking bowler, quite quickish and bouncy. But the wicket having all those indentations, very tricky to play. I mean, I got hurt a few times, and then they had an extremely quick bowler in the league of Dan.
Oh, wow.
Sure.
So he was quite quick with a long run up.
Was the Jofra Archer guy warming up for 2 hours before the game? Because when we played VC last season in second division, he was warming up for 2 hours just to go play 12th man.
Same person.
Oh,
This time he opened the bowling. Same person, very same person. Yeah.
Okay, so we're saying that Varsity College loaded their 3C
Very
team.
much
Is that
so,
what we say?
very much so. I mean, that was pointed out by the captain as well. They were short of players and they called in players. So, yeah.
They knew they were getting hot, so they're like, we got to stop this now before, it gets out of control.
Very true. Yeah, very true.
Very controversial.
Yeah.
Very controversial. So, Elaine, take us through this image that we're looking at here on the pod here. I mean, Judge Dredd, I know PJ did this picture, but where does this come from?
Well, I'm a police officer by profession. Maybe I just like policing the guys on a Thursday when I do come and train. I'm always laying down the law on the WhatsApp group, so to say.
I was about to say, I'm living for these one-liners that you just take people's kneecaps completely off on the WhatsApp group. I mean, I hope it's even worse at training, or even better.
We train as though we are first team, eh? I told myself I'm never going to play social cricket. I'm here to win, and I'm here to play hard cricket. So whoever's with me in the team, we go down together and we win together. So this Thursday we're working even harder because of the loss. The winning streak came to an end now. So we just got to work hard.
And how's captaincy treating you? That when Tim was captain, if I'm not mistaken, he went through a whole calendar month drinking with the wrong hand through all the losses. But now you've come in as captain, and the Titans are hot, eh? Outside of this last weekend, it fell short, but the Titans are hot.
Yeah, look, Tim is still doing the things in the background, balls and the books and the scorecards and so on. I'm just basically the on-field captain, if you want to put it that way. And then on a Thursday, I take the boys in a little coaching session, including myself, and then that's that. I mean, Tim helps me a lot, Jerome helps me a lot, Gigi is always in the background.
Send a little shout out to Gigi. I mean, just from a coaching point of view, what is he working on at the moment? Bat or ball? I mean, what's his focus? Give a little shout out.
I think he's working on bowling. Eh? He's back on Saturday.
Amazing.
We'll give him that ball. I think we'll give him that ball.
Excellent.
Kenny, a bit of slow poison.
Love it.
Yeah, we need that. We're playing on an artificial on Saturday away to Adefeld. So we're hoping to win that game.
Just have to comment as well on that practice thing, and this is a kudos to you, Elaine. You work hard at practice. I'll give you that. You work extremely hard at practice, and I've seen a lot of people almost crying because of the push-ups and stuff you make them do when they drop catches and stuff, which is great. And also as well, I mean, I've got memories of about a season or two ago where you literally couldn't throw the ball anymore because you're given so many throwdowns in the nets, where your arm was basically broken. So just massive kudos to you on the effort you put in and all that kind of stuff. I think it's fantastic for the club in general.
Thanks, Kenny. Appreciate it.
Well said. And then, Elaine, just a question on your 11. Who are the firecrackers on the field? I mean, we've had a shout out for Ziad previously with his banter on the field, but do you have any other firecrackers, any other talkative oaks on the field?
I would say Ziad, but this Saturday or Sunday he was extremely quiet. I don't know. He's going through a patch, so we'll work on him on today. I would say Tim. I mean, Tim is always encouraging us. I mean, I let him talk. So that's why I said I'm the captain, so-called captain. if you want to put a so-called captain, you want to put it that way. But Tim does the talking. I allow him, he encourages, and then we come back stronger.
Tim's been doing a fantastic job at the Titans. The Titans are hot, and they need to get back onto winning ways. So, big training session for you boys tonight. I mean, what are your plans personally for the rest of the season there, Elaine? Just onwards and upwards for the Titans.
Must be onwards and upwards. We want to make the first the top 4, top 5. I think that's our goal. I think we're 9th or 10th or something like that after this loss. So we want to be in the top 5. And I don't think we'll make the top 4 anymore. And the goal is to win a Lentegeur second team, because their first team crushed us. So we want to win that Lentegeur team.
Yeah, both Lentegeur 1s and 2s are top of the logs. So that's going to be a big one for the Titans.
I like it, a little grudge match. Sounds spicy.
Elaine, some quick fire questions. Madeiras or Pirates?
Pirates.
Favorite away venue?
Western Province Cricket Club.
Best player you have played with at the BCC?
Phew, stuff. I would say Bryden.
Good shout out for the first team captain. And then from a bowler's point of view, what's your favorite type of dismissal?
Top of off.
Loosest teammate you have ever played with? On the field, off the field, just a man that is just completely loose.
I would have to say PJ. I mean, I haven't seen a guy in a long time fielding with a cigarette in his mouth. And I mean, this is now a warm-up. I mean, he doesn't train, eh? I haven't seen him at training, but this guy can bat. This guy can field. I mean, he was throwing himself at the ball on Sunday, and this guy can bat. Mm-hmm. This is a natural talent, really.
Well, let's hope we get him back down.
Yeah, just one last question, Elaine. If you could steal a shot from someone in the BCC, what shot would you steal? From who?
It would be Matt Armstrong shot, that flick. I don't want to say which type of flick, but that flick, really, I'm struggling on my leg side, so strong on the off side, so that flick, really.
Is that Matty Armstrong's third leg flick?
Yeah, that one.
Third leg flick.
It's becoming infamous. I love it.
Although, Flip, Justin needed to have learned that for last weekend because he got copped right on the ball box. I got up to him and was like, "Yeah, which one did they get? Left or right?" He's like, "No, right on the top. Right on the."
On the eye.
Perfect. Elaine, thanks very much for joining us. We'll let you go continue policing in the Greater Cape Town area. But yeah, good to have you on.
Thank you.
All the best for this weekend.
Guys.
Cool. Thank you very much, Elaine.
I'm going to make tracks as well.
Cool, man.
All right, cheers
guys.
Take on my daughter quickly. I'll be back in about a minute's time. Okay.
It looks so bad. I absolutely love it. Dude. The cap doesn't look right either. I love it. 3
very good guests as we move over to Kenny's Miracle Men. They're his perennial favourites. They took another bonus point scalp against the men from Strand Cricket Club with a lot of big names in their side. I mean, look at them. You've got Solomon, Weller, Caswell, Captain for Nickhack, but there was another big name that made a showing this past weekend. BCC's Director of Cricket, Adam van Villing, put his hand up and slotted straight into the 2s. Kenny, do you think he should have started in the Titans? I mean, he should have been put on the bottom of the pecking order.
I mean, there should have been some sort of probation, right? If rumours are true, and if it's anything like when I was still going to practice, he doesn't practice either. He might bowl a ball or 2 and then just sit at the back talking to the captain there, which might explain how he got into the 2s straight away.
I'd actually go one step further and say this was very blatant as the Director of Cricket to select himself in the 2s. And if he didn't take any wickets over the past weekend, we'd throw the book at him. But he managed 4 wickets by my count. And when I say by my count, the person who filled in the match card intentionally left his figures out. So we don't have much to go on outside of just these wickets that were falling on the WhatsApp group while the Miracle Men were cleaning up over the past weekend. 87 all out. What a bowling performance.
Yeah, absolutely incredible performance. I think also must be noted that he didn't make a duck, the Director of Cricket.
Yes.
There's rumours that he made 1, but I think that's misinformation, and I'm sticking with he made 0. I think a very, very strong performance from the boys. Got them out for next to nothing. Our Miracle Men batted first. Got a nice, lots of contributions there. Good to see Jesse Davids with some runs. I think Jesse Davids is the one who got some runs.
A third 50 avoidance for the season for Jesse Davids. Eh? So we're going to need to get him on because I think we're going to need an intervention.
A stern but friendly discussion.
Jesse, we really back you, and you're a great opening batsman, and we need to get in his corner as he needs to get his monkey off his back of getting that half ton, and maybe he'll push on to get a big ton. We must chat to Calvin on that.
Yeah.
Again, last seen 2 weeks ago. So if anybody has any word on his whereabouts. Top scorer, Jesse Caswell, out on 69. Don't be nasty.
A lot of talent in Caswell. I'm just going to say Caswell because there's 3 damn Jessies. So it's very hard to be able to distinguish between which one got what and which one did what. I mean, there's still that footage from last season where he played that ridiculous 6 over straight, 0 effort, and the thing just absolutely pinged off the bat. So man's good. I think he's got a lot of ability and definitely could put him in the yellow. I think he has played once.
No, he definitely has. We played a good few matches last season together in Jesse's corner. But yeah, no, that shot, that straight 6 that he hits, lives rent free in my head. But yeah, all in all, good performance from the Miracle Men. I would have thought you would have had a rant about them not using stumps by now. I had 2 rants on stumps on my bingo cards before the episode, and you've yet to punch both of those. Hopefully we can get them on stumps next week.
Thanks to the other teams who did actually use stumps. It makes life a lot easier for us, and it's also great that we can follow the game. I think it adds a lot more support.
Yes, I mean look at what we did earlier in the Thirsties segment, just like talking about Justin and Matthew's strike rates. I mean, absolutely unbelievable scenes. Moving over to the ones, the first team managed to right the wrongs from their last season's trip out to Nyanga Cricket Club with a squeaky 2-wicket win. The boys managed to keep their first innings score to 172 all out, with Alex Borodin turning in a perfect display of spin bowling for figures of 3 for 17 after his 10, and then 2 apiece for Bryden and Matty James as the runs were set and the boys had their goal in sight. Kenny, what did you think about the chase?
It was the classic BCC collapse. I'm not sure what the reason was for the collapse.
And I think this was a bit telling. Fall of wickets. 27, Calvin was the first wicket. Aiden and Matty Amin was both on 51. Then Bryden was out on 104. The next 4 wickets were lost at 150, 153, 153, and 163. So definitely squeaky bum time for the buggers out at Nyanga Cricket Club. No doubt the boys wanted to wrap things up and get home with an ice cold beer in hand. But sure, it definitely got a bit sketchy.
Massive shout out to Alex this week. I think he bowled fantastically, but not only that, I think that batting at the end showed maturity beyond his years to get the boys over the line. I think that was a fantastic.
Yeah. Good that he brought the boys home.
I mean, it was only 20 odd or something, but I think high pressure on that 20 not out. I think it was 19 or 20.
17 or for 18, so scored in good time.
Yes.
As well.
But vital that he was still there at the end as well. I mean, to carry the boys over the line, I think was fantastic. Also as well, of course, the club treasure can't go unnoticed.
Give me your attention, baby.
The club treasure strewn with a very, very nice 25 odd as well. Quite busy behind the stumps as well, it looked like, when they were bowling. He got quite a few catches. I think he even got a stumping, if memory serves me correct.
29-0, hey, if I'm not mistaken. We the tally 29-0, yep. Undefeated. There's 1 or 2 ties in there. The man goes marching on. Get that man to Newlands. I see him with the gloves on. He's going quite well behind the gloves.
Yes. Also as well, another shout out to Rushdie as well. Also got some nice runs.
What else stood out for you in this fixture for the Buggers?
Well, I think the biggest one is that man there, number 9 on the list. No longer a thunderbolt bowler. Now a hand grenade bowler from through and around the wickets. 10 overs of spin for Anu van der Merwe.
10 overs of spin. We really need to answer the question as to where was Lloyd Bernard last week, because we touted him with some inside knowledge that he might have been dropped to the 2s, but I think he was just unavailable, and you had the steaming bearded man coming in bowling spin. He ended with figures not too bad. 1 wicket for 26 after 10. Good economy rate. I mean, if he's bowling seam or spin, he'll always tell you that economy rate, which I'm sure you can attest to that.
The most important question now is, does he continue bowling spin, or does he switch back to hurting himself trying to bowl quick? Maybe people can answer in the comments below.
Well, I mean, I'll just remind the audience that he introduced himself to BCC as a 6-foot bowler coming through and around bowling spin. Definitely an old hand at that. The boys managed to keep their winning streak alive, managed to solidify their position at the top of the log.
Potentially, maybe Lloyd Bernard has gone the same place as Culvin. Disappeared off the face of the earth. I'm not too sure what's going on there. I mean, the real question is, did Culvin even play? I mean...
Something that I noticed just following the game on Stumps, shout out to Stumps. One of their opening batsmen managed 43 off of 128 deliveries, nearly half of Nyanga's innings. For his 43. I mean, there must be a combination of good bowling with those economy rates, as we mentioned. I mean, Aiden, 7 off of 28. People had to really apply themselves. Rushdie with 33 off 62. So lots of application was needed on that track out at Nyanga, it seems.
Definitely does seem that way, yes. I mean, the 43 off 160 odd, or 120 odd, sorry, my apologies. I mean, he's rolled back the years and is obviously getting motivation from the good old Kepler vessels about how to build an innings. So, unfortunately, I don't have too much intel on what the deck was like. My sources have not been too available this week, unfortunately. I'm guessing maybe it took quite a bit of spin or something. Maybe motivated. Shout out to the India-Australia series. Maybe they got some motivation from there. Got the victory, the grudge match, I think, because I think we did lose to them last time we played them. So hats off to the boys for getting the win.
Last season. No, it was good for the boys to get the win. We're gonna end it there, Kenny. Top episode there, and we're just gonna go through with the normal niceties. Batter, bowler, and team of the week.
Batter, I'm going to go with Justin Muller, the Peter Kirsten of our club, getting a nice, at a good lick as well, and a very good strike rate. Bowler, I'm going to go with Alex. I've been backing that man for a while, and he's had to take a lot of abuse being the only spinner and getting pounded all over the place. So just in from our voice in our ears that apparently I'm the only one that abuses Alex. But anyway, shout out to Alex. Alex is my bowler of the week. I thought that was a fine performance by him. And the team, I mean, do I even need to say it?
Okay.
Has to be their miracle men. There's no other
The
team.
miracle men. Kenny's miracle men. My best batter, classiest batter in the club, Jesse Caswell at 69. Out, don't be nasty. My best bowler of the week, it was going to be Alex, but unconfirmed reports, and it pains me to say this, Adam van Villing with his 4 wickets for next to nothing, absolutely just tearing through Strand Cricket Club. Team of the week, my Titans have faltered, but my team of the week, it should be the Thirsties, because I love our Thirsties, but my team of the week will be the first team, getting that monkey off their back, going to Nyanga, coming back with a bonus point win if I'm not mistaken, and marching on to Newlands. We're going to leave it there. Top stuff. Good luck to all the teams playing this weekend on the mighty BCC.
Let's keep going, boys.